Hello, everyone. It is 1 o'clock. We are still waiting for quorum. I just wanted to let you know, right now, we have, I think, 5 out of the needed 9. I counted you as part of the.
Okay, everyone, we're just waiting for quorum. We need 9 folks, and I believe we're at 8 currently. So we'll just give it another few minutes here, to see if we can get another member to join. And again, if you know of any members and you want to text them and ask them if they'd like to join, if they're not already on the call, please feel free to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Murray.
You're welcome, Steve.
Okay, I believe we've got a quorum, so we can start. So, welcome everyone to our September meeting of our Medical Marijuana Testing Advisory Council. I'm Victor Waddell here, representing ADHS. I'm also joined at ADHS by Megan Whitby and Tim Crawford. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully all of you can hear us.
Yep.
Perfect. And hopefully you can see the agenda on your screen.
Yep.
Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a roll call. If you could please unmute yourself and let me know if you're here when I call your name. I'll start out with Maxwell Lynn. Here, Max is in the room with us. Thanks, Max. Murray Stein.
Here.
Thank you, Murray. Tim Nolan. Again, Tim Nolan. I don't hear you, Tim, at this point. Connor Griffith.
I am here.
Thank you, Connor. Steve Cottrell.
Tardy, but here.
Okay, good. Good to have you. Thanks, Steve. Matt Lascala. Matt Lascala. I don't hear Matt on the line. Joe Domena.
Here.
Thanks, Joe. Jay Neary. Jay Neary. I don't hear Jay. Elizabeth Brady. Elizabeth Brady. I don't hear Elizabeth on the line. Zhonghua Xiong.
Here.
Welcome, thank you. Victor Hugo Ramos Sanchez. Again, Victor Hugo Ramos Sanchez. I don't hear Victor on the line. Ty Garber. Ty Garber. I don't hear Ty on the line. David Scott.
Here.
Thanks, David. And I believe this is your first meeting, David. I think you might have joined possibly in our last one, but I just wanted to give you a second here to introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, I'm David Scott. I was the owner and technical director of Eternum Analytics, testing facility down in Tucson.
Okay, good to have you. Thank you. Ahmed Munshi.
Here.
Great, Ahmed, thank you for joining. And I believe we have two vacancies. One is our our registered dispensary agent. And also our second vacancy is our licensed healthcare provider. So again, if any of you have any folks that you know might be eligible to fill those positions and might be interested, please reach out to us and let us know. We'd be happy to see if they're a fit for this advisory council. Again, thank you for joining today. We have a quorum, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our agenda. And as usual, I'll just do a quick review of our council's charge, just to remind everyone. ARS 36-2821C, the advisory council shall annually review the marijuana testing programs under this chapter and chapter 28.2 of this title, and on or before the second Monday in January of each year shall submit to the President of the Senate, Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Health and Human Services Committee chairpersons of the Senate and the House of Representatives, and the Department of Health Services, a report that does not disclose any identifying information and that includes at least the following. Firstly, an assessment as to whether an analyte should be removed from the required statutory panel or statutory testing panel. Secondly, the number of statements of deficiencies related to testing that were issued to each nonprofit medical marijuana dispensary, third-party independent lab, marijuana establishment, and marijuana testing facility in the preceding year. The remediation efforts made to address each deficiency and the resolution of each statement of deficiency. The information may not disclose any identifying information, but shall delineate the information by entity. And thirdly, any other recommendations on improving the testing programs. And with that, we'll move into our next item on the agenda, which is lab enforcement and transparency for citations. I believe Joe DeMena, this is you. I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me just trying to get on the camera here in a second. So, thank you, DHS. I don't have a particular motion or anything in mind, but I do want to have a discussion as a group, especially in light of some recent articles that have been posted talking about some of the testing lab facilities. And I guess I would just say the lack of transparency on infractions by those labs. And so what I wanted to talk to the group about, because I think there might be, I guess, confusion about, what type of confidentiality extends to certain entities through HIPAA or state law or what have you. And I know that you can see a lot of the tests on AZ Care Check and all that sort of thing, but I just wanted to have a better understanding, and maybe the labs or the DHS reps could sort of explain, but is there a particular reason that the HIPAA and medical protections that some medical marijuana dispensaries have would apply to the labs in testing?
Hi, Joe. This is Megan.
Yes.
So the testing, or I'm sorry, the deficiencies for the labs are posted on AZ Care Check and their enforcements. It looks a little bit different than most of our other license types do, due to the complexity of those reports that Victor's team puts together. So they're really uploaded more as PDF documents, as opposed to like when you go in and look at the establishment side for marijuana facilities, you can see basically in kind of like a table format what the rule or the statute violation was, the explanation, and then also a plan of correction once that's submitted. So the labs themselves are not covered by confidentiality in 2810.
Oh.
However, lab agents are covered
Okay.
by
I see.
2810.
Okay.
Did you have
Okay.
more questions?
Yeah, I appreciate you clarifying that, because I didn't quite understand it. And I guess this is more of a statement, and I would love to hear from, testing reps and other individuals, but I'm failing to see the necessity for confidentiality for labs and for lab agents. I understand why it's there for medical marijuana facilities, but in my mind, it seems almost like if a facility decides to be a dual licensed facility, meaning medical and recreational, that they open themselves up to certain non-confidentiality items. And so I guess what I'm trying to understand is, we have a market that serves both medical and adult use clients, right? And we have labs that are able to confidentially test marijuana for both of these sort of routes, right? Both medical and recreational. And for some reason, even though it is bought by, adults certain age and older, it's still able to rest on certain confidentiality items. And what I think I'm most concerned about is just the ability for some entities and providers to abuse the system. So that's really where I'm coming from here.
So again, the labs themselves are not covered by confidentiality. So all of their statement of deficiencies and everything are posted. The only thing that's not posted are who the lab agents are themselves, because they are registered card holders. So just like the patient and the caregivers and the dispensary agents that don't have a facility agent card, if they just have a dispensary agent card, all of those by 36-2810 and the revised statutes, we cannot provide that information.
Sure.
I think some of you have probably heard, and we are currently looking at AZ Care Check and probably going to be able to put more information up there about medical marijuana dispensaries in particular, due to some recent court decisions. We're working with our legal counsel through that to make sure that we know exactly what that decision means for us and everyone else. So I think that will definitely maybe open up, again, more information, right? We want to be transparent as possible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally only 2810 that prevents us from putting certain things up there.
Yeah.
And I know, I don't know if this plays into it at all. I know I have been told that people have been able to, who have some coding skills, have been able to put together scraper programs where they literally kind of mine AZ CareCheck every day and see what new was added there on the marijuana side for citations, enforcements, and plans of correction. And so again, they're able to do that by going into those fields. And since on the lab side, it works a little different. And again, it's just uploaded PDFs. Maybe that's causing confusion and people think the information is not there. It is. It's just in a bit of a different format.
Understood. No, that I really appreciate the response. And I really appreciate you guys at DHS. You've been, like you said, trying to be as transparent as possible and just kind of working through the rigmarole of the statute and new court decisions and whatnot. To me, I think just the transparency and making sure that nobody's cutting any corners is, really important. And so any way we can kind of get there. I didn't mean to specifically hone in on lab agent anonymity. Certainly don't want to jeopardize any situation or make anybody feel unsafe or create weird situations. But, having read certain things in the paper and then trying to kind of do my own homework was not simple. And so really appreciate that response. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Joe. Murray, did you have a question or comment?
Just in as much as this discussion sort of touched on the medical and the adult use sort of coming together and, one thing affecting the other. My understanding is a general rule, that is the goal of the state, is to align rules and whatnot where they can. Isn't that correct, Megan?
That is correct.
So, in light of that, I think I should mention, I did hear that the rules for adult use are currently open and the state's soliciting feedback for those. So I think on the medical side, we need to be cognizant of that. Keep that in mind, that we want to align the rules where we can and have a hard look at them, because I know the state would appreciate feedback.
Thank you, Murray. You're absolutely correct. I don't want to get too far into this because I know my legal counsel tell me that I'm getting off topic, but you're absolutely right. The adult use rules are being looked at right now, because I think we've talked about it before. On the adult use side, we have that super exempt rulemaking. It ends this December. And again, that's why we've been able to make so many changes and be really flexible as things have popped up. But we're going to lose that again in December. So it's important on the adult use side that we get everything as close to perfect as we can between now and then. On the medical side, we can only use that rulemaking authority if necessary, like for dual licensee kind of things that are totally related to the Smart and Safe Act. So yes, we are definitely looking at that closely. And as you said, I think it's for transparency purposes and a lot of other things. We've seen over the years that aligning the rules as much as possible, given the different statutory schemes, is helpful for both licensees, the public, and our team here. So we are definitely keeping that in mind as we are looking to amend those adult use rules soon.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Anyone else online have any questions or comments for Joe? Okay, no questions in the room or online. So thank you again, Joe, for bringing that forward. We appreciate it. Okay, next item on our agenda is Maxwell Lung. He's going to be talking about cannabis sativa testing workshops at ASU. I'll turn it over to you, Max.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me, and I'm glad to chat with everybody here. So I just want to report that first of all, we have a new digital presence, for our workshop and seminar material. So we have been working in the space of cannabis regulatory science and analytical science for many years now. In partnership with MMTAC and the department, and we recently have support from USDA as well for hemp production. So we have a new digital home, cannabis analytics, safety and health. So this is now in the ASU website. It just help people to find us, just to give us more visibility. Now, I want to talk about the workshop that we have actually, before I start, I need to give the link to everybody, which is in the chat right now, in case if you guys want to look at kind of what the research priority and other educational program we put it together. So in summer this year, we have put together our first, thanks to the support of the department, cannabis sativa testing workshop. So we have anywhere between 40 to 60 people participating, in various times during the workshop. Many of you from MTAC is also, supporting this work. I just want to say we really appreciate the support for everybody. The material for the seminar are all online. I do want to point out that this is a resource for workforce development related to cannabis, biotech, and analytical industry, including all members that are on this call. Some of the material are very useful. For example, you guys see that Anne from Dispensary Association have gave a talk, and also Mary have gave 2 talks, in this seminar. All the material are posted online, and they are video recording. So I would encourage if anybody who are having new recruit to the dispensary or to the laboratory, definitely, encourage them to take advantage of these resources, which is, right now available online. Now, I also want to say that we are planning to run another workshop in May. The tentative date for the workshop next year is May 11 to 15. I would, finalize it with Mary and also with Kim and Megan for the plan next year. But we will post the event in our event calendar, as soon as, the details are finalized. One last thing, as you guys are seeing on the screen here, we actually have the seminar schedule already for the upcoming year. If you guys go back to the education and workforce training, what you can see here is a full schedule of the seminar that we are putting together starting on October 30th with a lightning talk given by the student, followed by our first seminar speaker, Dr. John Scatcher, who is also funded by the department on other projects as well, going to be talking about cannabis terpene relief, pathological pain, and block opioid reward while adenosine A2A receptor. So he is a leader, in cannabinoid medicine, and then he's an expert in the state. So I strongly, encourage you guys to RFVP to attend this event, virtually. And if you can come visit us at West Valley campus, even better. So that's all I have to report, and thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Max. Great. Sounds like some great work going on there and lots of folks attending. Any questions for Max? Any questions or comments from everyone online for Max? Okay, everyone's being quiet today. I guess it's a Monday, but thanks for sharing that with us, Max. I appreciate it. And if anyone else has got any further questions, they can probably feel free to reach out to you and get further information. Great, thank you. Okay. I think we're at the end of our agenda. It was a very short agenda today. So again, just a reminder that if you have items for the next meeting, which I believe will be in October, Okay. Well, you'll be getting information from Fabiola here at the department regarding that upcoming meeting. If you've got any items that you'd like to add to the agenda before that, please send them in to us so that we can get them on the agenda for discussion. Outside of that, we still, as I mentioned at the beginning, have 2 positions that are open. We did make quorum today initially, and I see a few other members joined a little bit later. So we've captured those individuals as well on our meeting minutes. But again, if you know anyone who might be interested in trying to fill the positions of registered dispensary agent and also licensed healthcare provider, that would give us another 2 members on the committee. Joe? Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I just out of curiosity, and this may be an incorrect question, but do we have anybody on the council who has not been showing up? Like, I guess, I don't know if there's any sort of mechanism statutorily to reappoint the committee if somebody's not showing up, but are there any people who are, without calling anyone out specifically, do we need to fill other positions as well as the 2 vacancies?
Yeah, well, we'll look into that, Joe, and get back with you. I mean, I think, we're fortunate to get a quorum today, and some other folks did join a little bit later, which is good. But, if we could get those other 2 positions filled, I think that would really help us to get our quorum, which number is 9, including myself. So again, really, if you know anyone out there might be interested in trying to fill those 2 positions and they're qualified, send their information to us and we'll certainly reach out and contact them. And we will review and see if there are people that aren't attending, then we can look at that as well.
Thank you. Yeah, just interested in making this as functional as possible, considering how many times we've tried to meet and couldn't meet quorums. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you. Okay, and with that, I think we're at the end of our meeting. Record time today, I guess. It's early 1:30. So again, thank you everyone for joining today. We appreciate your contributions to the advisory committee, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you all. Have a good rest of your week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.